right. I am super pumped, like I said, to be on this call today with Olivia. Her and I actually met. It's kind of funny how we met. We were both just at Summit, standing there waiting in this hot, like, tunnel at the football stadium, waiting to walk across stage as two-star diamonds. And we just kind of connected and just kind of became fast friends that way. And so she's awesome. She is actually a part of the Bombshell Dynasty like we are. Her coach is Jessica Pasola, who just walked in, 11-star diamond. Mm-hmm. And her coach is Lindsay Stay, just to kind of give you guys how they all tie in together to us. So she is part of our big Bombshell family, which is super cool. And I reached out to her and asked her if she would talk to you guys today because, number one, she is just a rock star. Like, she talks, and I don't know. It's always uplifting and exciting, and I know you guys will get a lot from this. So I'm going to turn it over to her and let her do her thing.
Awesome. All right. Well, hi, guys. Thank you so much for that introduction, Michaela. It's always interesting hearing someone else introduce you. But yes, the way that we met was really strange. But we just clicked and hit it off right away. And I'm so glad that we found each other through the Central Region Leaderboard page and reconnected a couple months after Summit. That was awesome. So I am so grateful to be here today. Thank you guys so much for taking time away from your families and from your day to be here and hear what I hope will inspire you to keep pushing. So just to kind of give you a little bit of background, like she said, Jessica Pasola is my direct upline. We are part of the Bombshell Dynasty, just like you guys, with Lindsay Stay and Lindsay Matway. And every day I am thankful for this team. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I am so grateful for what the Bombshell Dynasty gives us. Everything is laid out. Success is yours if you want it, but you have to work for it. So today, that's what we're talking about, is how to turn your dreams into a reality. And all of the stuff I talk about today, you guys, you already know, especially having Michaela as your coach. Like, we have such a similar mindset and similar belief system that I know what I say today is going to be something you might have heard before, but I want you to be open to hearing it in a different way. And I know for me, I can hear a coach say something, but then I hear another coach say it, and I'm going to click and connect with something different. So I hope that today, even if it is stuff you've heard before and you kind of roll your eyes like, okay, I've heard this 1,000 times, where's the magic sauce? Where's the secret sauce? I hope that your hearts are open to hearing this, because I tell my team the same thing, and I know you guys are eager to learn because you're here, and I love that about you. Like, in the middle of the day, you could be doing 1,000 other things, but you chose to take time away from your daily schedule, your crazy busy schedule. I'm absolutely positive of that, to be here. So I know you're ready to learn. I know your hearts are ready to be soaking up this information. So I hope I can give you something that you can walk away and be inspired by. So a little bit about me. Jessica Pasola, my coach, is a good family friend of ours. I moved to Kansas about 1.5 years ago, and that's kind of where my journey started. I had gained about 45 pounds, and when I moved, I realized, I don't know, I literally woke up one morning and was mortified at how I had gained the weight. And I really struggled. I've struggled with body image disorders and things my whole life. So it was something that kind of smacked me right in the face. My sweet husband loved me all the way through it. But it was definitely time to make a change. I tried to make changes on my own. I fell on my face every time. I don't know if anyone else can relate to that, but nothing was seeming to stick. I tried everything. And so when Jess approached me about the 21-day fix in Shakeology, first of all, I laughed at her because I had my own insecurities that I was battling, as many of us experience when we talk to prospective challengers and coaches. She was telling me about this amazing thing, but my mind and my heart was closed against it because I didn't want to hear anything, because I was kind of like, well, I guess this is just how it's going to be. And it was a really big struggle for me, and I had a really hard time. But as all of our people do that we invite and they say no to us, I started researching, just like a lot of them do. I started lurking and stalking and kind of watching her, and watched her journey continue to unfold. And so she came back and she followed up with me, just as everyone should. And at that point, I had done enough research on my own. I had prayed about it. I had talked to my husband about it, and I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. I bought my first challenge pack on a maxed out credit card. That was what maxed it out. I was shaking the whole time because I was so nervous that we weren't even going to be able to buy groceries that month, let alone buy this challenge pack, but my husband believed in me, and I believed in my coach. And I was like, I'm going to give it 21 days and see what happens. And of course, like all of us, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the community. I fell in love with the results. I lost 9 pounds and 16 and a half inches in 21 days, and I was far from perfect on it. And I absolutely loved it. And of course, the next step was to pay it forward. And so I started coaching, and I am obsessed, you guys. And I'm sure that all of you are as well. And having Michaela as your coach, you guys are so lucky and so blessed to have someone who believes in you as much as she does. And that's what this business is about. And so I hope that this will be something that speaks to you today. I pray before I get on every single call that God gives me the words to say. And if you're a prayer, or if that's your thing, I hope that you prayed before you got on here, that you're going to soak up what you need to. So let's get started. I'm going to give you 6 steps, 6 things that I think are really, really, really important when turning what we have, our visions, and turning our dreams into actually something tangible and into reality and into something we can actually see. And then I'll give you a couple action steps at the end to take away as kind of some homework of sorts. So the first one that I really want you to focus on, and you hear it all the time, so bear with me, but it's know your why. And I know that Michaela is huge on this because her and I talk about it all the time. So I really want you to be focused this year on what your why is. You know, if you've been coaching for a while, maybe your why has changed, and that's okay. But you have to decide what it is that you're fighting for. This business, you guys, is not easy. And I know you all know that. This business, if it was easy, everyone would do it because it's so amazing. But there's a lot of hard times that we have to fight through. We've just come off of a really hard season, and it's hard. It was hard to see the light at times. I'm not going to lie to you. It was a dark time. For me, at least. I went through a lot of stuff these last 6 months, but I never stopped showing up because I had a deep enough why that was so emotional and so personal to me that I didn't give up. You know, I have it hanging here. You know, I've got it here, I've got it there, I've got it there, I've got it there, I've got it visually able to see it everywhere I go. It's on my phone, it's in my car, it's on my refrigerator, it's on my desk. And so I get up every single morning and I know what I'm fighting for. I want you to think about your why as being very personal to you. It needs to be personal. It should not match your success partners. It should not match your friends. It should be your own. It needs to be based on your life and your experiences, your struggles, and it needs to be emotional. When I talk about my why, it brings me to tears. Every single time I feel like I want to throw up, I get like the hairs on my arm stand up. And it just gives me that knot in my stomach because I'm like, it's so scary to say out loud. And it terrifies me because then I feel like it actually has to happen. I don't know if anyone else feels the same way, but that is what gets me up in the morning. Because half the time, you guys, I want to just lay on the couch. Like this morning, I just wanted to lay on the couch and do nothing. And then I was like, well, that's not going to get me anywhere. So I shouldn't probably do that. So make sure that you really know and understand your why, that you've written out that vision, that crystal clear vision for your future of where you see you and your family and exactly what your life looks like so that every morning you can wake up and reflect on it. The second thing I want to talk about that is so important in turning your dreams into reality is personal development. My team calls me the personal development junkie. That is literally I would do that all day, every day if I could. It's just personal development because I'm obsessed with it, because it will literally change the way that you are from the inside out. I know for me, I was a really slow starter in this business. Even though I was excited, I was a slow starter because I had a lot of personal things that I had to go through and work through, a lot of fears I had to overcome like most of us do. And so personal development is what took me from here over to here. And it's what's helped propel me forward. I might have started slow, but the second that I started to change my belief systems through personal development and really started to believe in myself, that was what kind of propelled me forward into being able to get out there and invite the people that it makes me, have butterflies in my stomach when I think about actually sending them an invite. It's personal development that gets me through that. I am a huge believer in doing your personal development first thing in the morning. And I know that sometimes that's hard, if you've got little kids, whatever you have going on in your life, your day to day, do something, even if it's just like a Darren Daily. I think it's like darrendaily.com, Darren Hardy's little like 3 to 5 minute video or a little article that he sends every single morning, Monday through Friday. do that in the morning, you know, read that before, like set your alarm 5 minutes before you have to get up and go get the kids out of bed, and just listen to that or watch that little video, whatever it might be, to fuel yourself. I don't know if you guys heard that. I believe it was a National Wake Up Call with Micah Folsom, and she talks about putting like her happy goggles on, and that's what personal development does for her. It prepares her for the day so that no matter what happens, no matter who she comes in contact with, no matter what kind of crazy messages or what kind of crazy comments are on her Facebook, she's ready because she's guarded her heart and she's guarded her mind with personal development. So you have to make sure you're constantly filling yourself back up before you're expected to pour into other people. So make sure that that is a vital behavior that you are not skipping. I mean, we shouldn't skip any of them, but if I could say any of them were the most important to me, personal development, and I mean, obviously don't just do that. We're going to get to that part, but I want you to understand how important it is. And it's different than professional development. And I don't know if you guys have thought about this, but I know that a lot of my coaches will tell me like, oh, I'm doing my personal development and yada, yada, and I'm just not seeing results, or I still feel really down. And I find out that they've just been like watching training videos, or they've been like watching old Bombshell Dynasty calls on how to get organized. That is professional development. And that too is really, really important, but it should be separate from your personal development. Your personal development is speaking to your heart, it's speaking to your mind and your soul, and it's refilling you up. So, you know, whether it's a religious book that you're reading that's going to, you know, like The Circle Maker, love that book. Is that the book that you're reading right now for personal development to guard your heart every day? You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, my absolute favorite book of all time. And that book is also going to, best books ever, for real. Those are my two go-tos always. But that's what's going to help kind of guard my heart and fill me back up and give me that like little pep in my step to be able to go into the rest of my day and be the best that I can be as a leader, as a coach, as a friend. So make sure that you are treating your personal development as your bloodline. You cannot continue in your business until you are doing personal development every single day, no matter if it's inconvenient or not. Turn on a podcast of some sort, or turn on while you're cleaning the house an audiobook so that you can listen to it. Make mundane tasks be able to be something that's good for you, right? Is everyone still with me? Yeah? Okay. It's weird not being able to see you. It freaks me out. Like I'm talking to myself. Okay. Awesome. So number 3, be proof the products work. Vital behavior. Thank you, Heather. Yay. Okay. So this is obviously one you hear it all the time, right? And so you're probably like, hashtag duh, Olivia, why are you talking about these super basic things? But it's so true, you guys. You have to be proof the products work. And this is something I had to come to terms with a couple months ago that literally like woke me out of my sleep. And I was like, crap. Like what? Because I realized I hadn't had a transformation since my first transformation. And I've been, I would see on my time hop that I started this program and I'm like, day 1, yeah. And then like 2 weeks later, I was done and there was no results and no ever day 15 or day 16. Like I would lose that momentum like a normal human does. And then I didn't hold myself accountable and I just stopped. And then I'd be like, new program, day 1, yay, and like, it was horrible, you guys. I was not proof the products worked. Like I wasn't gaining weight, which is awesome. I mean, I was maintaining, but I also was not showing the world what I was capable of. Every single post when I would talk about what I wanted was like, I want abs. Okay, well, let's be real, Olivia. 1.5 years has gone by since you started your journey. You should have abs by now. But I don't, because I was putting myself on the back burner. And you guys can probably relate to that. You give all day long. That's what we do as coaches. We pour into other people and encourage the crap out of them and build them up, which is amazing. And it's a gift. And it truly is my passion project, as I'm sure it is yours. But we have to take care of us first. How can we be a face of a company and be promoting this brand if we're not transforming ourselves? And not saying you have to have the perfect body or abs if that's not what you want, but we need to be a walking billboard of what we're preaching. So if I don't ever post a transformation picture, or if you don't, the people that are watching you are like, well, she's trying to get me to do it, but like, where's her transformation? Or where's her personal testimony with how it's worked for her? She keeps talking about, people on her team, but what about her? So make sure that you are being proof the products work. Commit to your journey above all else. Commit to your journey. Be the best challenger that you can be. What do you expect from your challengers? And that's what I have to remind myself of. If I haven't posted in my challenge group as a challenger in a couple days, like I do the daily post, but Do I go back in there and share my workout? Do I share what I'm eating? Do I share my progress photos? Because how can I ask that of them if I'm not doing the same thing? So make sure that you are committing to your journey. You're sharing it daily on your social media, in your challenge groups, and you are being the best challenger that you can be. So you have to take care of you first. Bottom line. I know too, as moms, because I know most of you are moms here, and that's a huge thing. I get that from you, probably get that too from moms all the time who are like, well, I just give so much to my kids and yada, yada, and I'm ready to take care of me. Well, if you're going to help them take care of themselves, you have to put yourself first as well. So make sure you're setting aside that time for your workout every day. You're drinking your Shakeology every day. You're fueling yourself 80% of the time with clean, whole foods. And the other 20% of the time, eat the burger, eat the donut. That's life. But just make sure that you really are committed to your journey, because we turn into hypocrites. And I've unfortunately seen it happen where people preach it, but they don't follow it up with being proof that it actually works. So I was one of them. So we have to make sure that we are being what we're preaching. Number 4, I want you to invite. Oh, another 3 vital behavior. You're like, come on, I promise we'll get to more. But this is true. And Michaela and I have talked about this because I struggle with this sometimes, is inviting. And sometimes I feel like I'm being annoying, or I feel like I'm talking about it too much, or I'm like scared what they're going to say. And like, why though? I think about it. I'm like, why am I scared? Like, I know my heart. You know your heart. I know I'm being genuine. I truly believe down to my core that I have something so amazing to offer when I invite someone to this opportunity. So why do my hands shake and my palms sweat when I invite someone to the coaching opportunity? I know what it's done for me. If my coach never invited me and then followed up with me like 2 or 3 times, I never would have been here. My life would look completely different. So know what your life would have looked like if your coach never approached you, and think about that every time you go to invite someone. If they think you're crazy, that's on them. And that is their own insecurities coming out. So make sure that you are inviting. Be intentional with your posting invites. Sometimes I watch coaches be like, oh crap, we have a sneak peek tomorrow. I should probably post something. So they like throw something generic up there, which is fine. I mean, that happens sometimes. But be intentional with it, especially right now, you guys, when there's people out there who are wanting a change. It's New Year's resolution time. What are you going to do about it? Like, what are you going to post about to invite them to this opportunity? So do you have sneak peeks coming up? Do you have your file of how, if someone asks for more information about coaching, how you're going to respond to them? Do you know the steps? Have you shared that with your coaches? If as far as a challenge group, are you inviting to a challenge group in a post, or are you just always posting workout pictures, which is great, but do you ever tie that into an invite? We do the jab, 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 right hook. I don't know if you guys have read that book, but your little jabs with like, oh, I'm working out. Oh, I did my workout today. Oh, I ate clean. Oh, I'm drinking my Shakeology. Join my challenge group is your right hook, where you're actually bringing it all together and inviting them to your challenge group. Be aware of that. If I went to your page, would I know what you have to offer me? Would I know that you have something for me to join? This is huge. I mean, I have to reflect and self-evaluate my own page. Am I inviting enough? You might think you're inviting too much. Sometimes I have that fear. But honestly, I don't really know if you can, to be truthful with you, unless you're just posting like stock photos and stuff and inviting. But if you're sharing your personal journey and just saying, if you need help or you don't know where to get started, I'm here for you. I mean, I don't think you can really overdo it. I don't know if Michaela would agree with that, but if you're making sure to mix in little things throughout your post where it's showing your family or showing your kids, or, you're showing your dog, or, oh, we're at the park today, and then you invite, like, that's not inviting too much. You're mixing it up, if you're still with me. So stop apologizing for what you have to offer and just be authentically you. So make sure that when you are personally messaging people, you do not prejudge people. I watch coaches of mine do this all the time. They'll be like, well, nobody would be a good coach, or nobody would work as hard as I do, or I don't think this person would like that, or I don't think this person would be that good at it. Why are we prejudging people? If my coach would have looked at me where I was at before inviting me to the coaching opportunity, she would never have invited me, because she would have prejudged me, being like, she's not into health and fitness. She has a lot of weight to lose. She's not very peppy. She's kind of a downer lately and kind of negative. I mean, I was a horrible poster child for being a coach, but she knew through personal development and through the right tools and the right community that I could be great at this, and it's completely changed my life. So don't let someone else's potential get trapped in your mouth by you not inviting them. they might have no idea about this opportunity, and they could be praying about it, waiting for someone to knock on their door and say, I have something amazing for you and I want to share it with you because I think you'd be good at it. Or I really think this could change your life. Can I please share more with you? Just be honest, just be real. I mean, that's really all you have to do is just be yourself, be unapologetic, and just be genuinely excited about what you're talking about. And people will naturally want to hear more. I mean, a lot of people aren't going to even respond, but that's just the nature of the beast with this business. It's numbers. You just have to keep inviting, but don't prejudge people. So make sure, like number 4 says, invite. Make sure you're inviting in your posts. Make sure you're inviting personally. You will get nowhere in this business if you just wait for everybody to come to you. And if you're a newer coach, you're going to know that, because honestly, there's some coaches of mine who were really, really, really lucky in the beginning. I was not one of them, where people just naturally came to them. They might have already been branded as health and fitness, or they might have already had a huge following, or they might be that person in the community where everyone wants to do what they're doing. That was not me, unfortunately, but they hit Success Club, they hit Success Club, they hit Success Club. This is awesome. You know, they're hitting Success Club. They're getting tons of challengers. So like, why invite? Because, right? Like, whatever, things are really easy right now. You guys, literally, this is poison to your business. I will tell you, that was me for a couple months. In the last 6 months, I stopped recruiting because I was like, I have awesome coaches. This is awesome. Like, I'm set up for like 10-star diamond. Our team is, we're going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. I'm super excited. Everyone's pumped up. And this was in July. And then I kid you not, like 10 people quit in the next 2 months. And I hadn't been recruiting because I thought I was set. I thought we were good. And then I had nothing. And then I had to completely start from scratch. Hitting Success Club was like pulling teeth. I was like, oh my gosh. But it's because I stopped doing a vital behavior, and that was inviting, because I got settled on what I already had, and then it was all taken away from me. So make sure that you are constantly inviting people. If you don't have messages going on in your inbox right now that are ongoing, or you don't have messages to respond to when you wake up the next morning, you need to send out some more messages before you go to bed at night, because you should always have, this is my rule for myself, is I need always to have at least 5 to 10 messages in my inbox at all times that are ready to be answered. And I answer messages twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. So I don't know if that's like a rule you want to set for yourself, but I would challenge you to definitely be making sure you're stepping outside of your comfort zone and inviting people, or else your business will die. And it's really sad, because I watched it happen in mine for like a month. It was terrible. So do not make the same mistake that I did. Number 5, be consistent. Be consistent. Okay, so all of these things that we've talked about knowing your why, we've talked about personal development, inviting, being proof the products work. You have to show up every day, every single day. When it's convenient, when it's not convenient, when you're on vacation, when you're sick, when you just don't really feel like it, you have to show up for at least an hour a day. You know, when we get to like Lindsay Matway status, she unplugs for a couple of days. That's awesome. And if that's the way you want to run your business as a newer coach, okay, I'm not your boss. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But what I tell my coaches, if they want this to be successful, if they want this thing to grow at a rapid speed and be able to provide freedom for as many people as possible, they need to show up every day. You need to show up for yourself in your own business, your inviting, your workouts, your Shakeology, and you need to be showing up for your team. So I make sure I'm in my team page every single day. They need to know that I'm there. They need to know where I am. They need to know that I'm available at XYZ times. If you're with your family at night, I love that. You're not available at night. You don't have to be available 24/7, but make it very clear when you are available for your team so that they can contact you when they need you. I like to look at it as, on my Facebook page or on my Instagram or my social media, there are 400,000 coaches, and granted, a lot of them are discount coaches, but think about this. Why would someone choose you if you're not going to show up every day, when they could choose this other coach that they have in their newsfeed who literally posts every single day? Right? I mean, that kind of hits home. Like for me, I'm like, oh crap, you're right. Because I know there are coaches from my hometown who are not me, or who are not on my team. And so why would this person choose me if this other person is going to show up consistently every single day, when they're sick, when they're not sick? When me, like, what if I just go MIA for like 3 days on Facebook and people are like, is this girl still alive? What is she doing? So make sure that you're staying consistent. You need to treat this as a business. This is not an hourly job where you get paid for every hour that you work. It's like an investment job where you're putting in all this time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears. You sometimes cry and throw things. Maybe that's just me, but, and nothing happens. And I remember when I like divvied out what I was making in the first like 6 months of my business, because again, I was a really slow grower, for how much time I was putting in, I think I was making like 10 cents an hour. Let's be real, for what I was doing. It was not worth it in the beginning. But now that I can look back on a year and a half in my business and I can be like, dang, like this is crazy how much this has changed. All the work and the foundations and the systems that I've laid down and poured into my coaches has duplicated and tripled itself into something amazing, right? So make sure that you're showing up, whether you feel like it or not, and being the CEO of your company, because you are. Michaela shouldn't have to hunt you down. You should not have to hunt your coaches down. You should not be dragging anybody. If you are, it's time to bless and release. But you need to be a CEO and you need to show up every day. If you expect your coaches to show up every day, you better dang well be showing up every day too, because we lead by example in this business. Number 6, this is our final one, belief. All of these things that I've talked about, if you do not have belief deep down into your core, into the depths of your heart and your soul and your mind, if you do not believe in this opportunity or in yourself, it's all done. Like, it doesn't matter. Fear and doubt will destroy everything if you do not have a strong sense of belief. If you don't sow seeds of belief and water them every single day in your business, in yourself, in your coaches, in your team, in this opportunity, in the products that we have to offer in this company, if you aren't believing in it, everything that you do doesn't matter, because it's just like a robot. You know, it's like, oh, the 3 vital behaviors, 3 vital behaviors, 3 vital behaviors is awesome. But if you don't truly believe that they're going to take you anywhere, or that something amazing is going to happen, or that Carl Deichler is like the most bomb CEO ever and is amazing and always has our back, if you don't believe in those things, if your customers come to you and tell you how crappy customer service is and you don't believe in the company, then you're going to be like, yeah, they do suck. Wow, you're right. They really do. And I watch coaches do that, you guys. I watch them do that, and it literally rips my heart apart and makes me want to cry, because they don't have a deep enough belief in this company. Do some research. Believe in what this company has to offer. Believe in the opportunity. Be relating to success stories and be ready to create your own. Know what you're fighting for. Do it every single day, whether you feel like it or not, and believe in it. Instead of watching all these other successful people in this business and saying, because I have people that do this and they say, well, if only I would have gotten in sooner, or, well, all these people have been in it for so long, there's just not enough left for me, or, well, she's super successful, but she's really pretty, or, oh, she's blonde, and so she's really pretty and can do this. Like, all these little things that you hear, like these fears that kind of creep in, or that you hear from your coaches, you have to stop. You have to congratulate those people for their success, quit comparing, believe in yourself, and focus on your own page. Do not look side to side and look at what everyone else is doing, because it'll rip you apart. This business does not play favorites. Instead of saying, why me? Like, why me? Start saying, why not me? If she can do it, that means I can do it. There is more than enough success to go around in this company, in this business, but you have to believe in it. If you don't believe in it, then there's not any for you, because the people that do believe in it, they're going to take it all, because they have that deep sense of belief where no matter what stands in my way, no matter what happens, I'm going to make this dream an absolute reality. Am I right? So, that one gets me fired up. Belief in personal development, it like makes me tick. So if you guys have questions too, feel free to post questions in the chat or comments. So I'm going to give you your action steps. This is kind of your homework. And I'm not going to follow up with you, and that's not graded. So do what you want to do with it. You're the boss. But I want you to, 1, make sure you have your vision board created for this year, and make sure that you've set your goals. Okay. And I know you guys just did your team retreat, which I love, and I think that's amazing. But make sure you actually did it. Like, if you guys got off the call, make sure you actually have your vision board that you're looking at every single day. Have it, sitting next to your bed if you need a reason to wake up in the morning, or have it sitting next to your TV so that every morning when you press play at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know what you're fighting for, or have it next to your computer. So when you feel like throwing up or pooping your pants because you have to message someone who you're scared is going to judge you, you're just going to do it anyway, because you're like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm fighting for this. I'm fighting for this freedom right here that I remember. Make sure you have it down. Goal set. Make sure your goals are specific, like SMART goals. I don't know if you guys all know that. What is it? Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time, right? time. I don't know. The SMART goals, you can Google. It's a awesome. It's a Seline Johnson thing. And make sure you're very strategic in your goals. So I like to set goals for like 90 days and then also a year out. But I love the idea of like big goals, you guys. But if you just have big goals and you don't have them reverse engineered and broken down, you're going to get discouraged. At least that's how my brain ticks. Last year, I just set a big goal of like, I want to be this by the end of the year, which is awesome. But I didn't get there because I would get discouraged and kind of give up at times because I wasn't getting there fast enough. So I have my goals for like every quarter. I have my goals for the end of the year, and it all kind of adds up. But I also know I have to show up every day and actually put in the work because, again, you can have belief, you can have dreams, you can have goals, but if you don't actually put in the work, you've got nothing. And you're just going to continue to sit there and have this amazing dream, which is great. And I'm really happy for you, but I want you to make it a reality. I want it to be real. Number 2, share them with your coach. So if Michaela is your coach, or if your coach is on this call, your coach is not on this call, just ask them if they can meet. Share your goals with them. Say them out loud. It's scary. My coach, Jess, asks me to send her my goals. I get on a one-on-one with all of my coaches and I write them down so that every morning when I'm doing my devotional and I'm praying and I'm visualizing for my future, I can also visualize for my coach's future and get excited with them. That is something that I love about this business is there's success for all of us. And so when I get to hear my coach's excitement and their visions, you guys, it's game on. Like that is every morning. I'm like, all right, this is what we're fighting for, not just for me, but for these 5 other people who are ready to be home with their kids, whatever their why or their vision might be. So make sure to share them with your coach and be excited about them. Number 3, I want you to make a plan. So with Brigitte Linford being in your upline, I know you guys already know this, but correct me, I don't know what she calls it again. I didn't write it down, but she has like her 2 lists every day where she has like one where it's like her non-negotiables, like this is what has to happen. And then she has her other list of like, these are like the extra things I can do if I have time. So make sure you kind of know like what does your power hour look like? And if you have kids, you know, what hours are your power hour going to be at? What is your time and your schedule going to look like? Be intentional with your time. I know if I don't have a plan set for the day, I literally will dilly-dally and then it's 8:00 p.m. and I'm like, what did I even do today? What did I do? Like, I know that happened a couple days ago and I was like, I don't like this feeling. I need to fix this. So make sure you have a plan every single day of what has to get done. And then what can wait? Like what is things that need to get done? And then kind of like break them down like, oh, on Thursday, I should have some extra time. So I'll probably get it done on Thursday. I know Seline Johnson every morning wakes up, writes out her whole to-do list and then picks 3 things from that list that are like a must. And obviously like put the 3 vital behaviors in their own category as like a 4th one because that's our business. But then like 3 things like, okay, I have to pick up the dry cleaning today. Little Charlie has soccer at this time and I have to bring him to that. And then I really need to meal prep. Okay, those are my 3 priorities today, along with my business. Just little things if you feel overwhelmed. So know what you have to get done every day. Know what can wait a little bit throughout the week if it needs to. And then number 4, I want you to make a conscious commitment to your business, to your future. You guys, this business, this opportunity will absolutely 150% change your life, but you have to put in the work. Again, you can dream about it all day long, but if you aren't excited about it and you're not going out there and facing fears and stepping outside of your comfort zone and doing things that make you want to poop your pants, the reason I say that is Andrea Crowder. That's what she told us on a call once. She was like, if it makes you want to poop your pants, you should probably do it. So that's kind of how I think now. Like the things that scare me, those are things that I need to do, right? Those are on your heart for a reason and your dreams are there for a reason. And if you're the praying kind, pray over it. But you also have to actually go out there and do it, because that's what I see, unfortunately, from a lot of coaches is they get really excited. And I love hearing about that excitement. But if they don't put action into it, then it's just kind of a waste. And it's like these dreams that are trapped in this box and you have to let them out. You have to let them go. So commit to your business. Commit to being here in a year. Whenever times get hard, fight like hell through it and know that you're going to stick it out. Like Michaela and I always joke, we're like, who cares how long it takes me to get there? Like, I'm going to do this forever till I'm the, gray-haired lady on the cruise and they kick me off because they say I'm too old and I might die on it. I tell my team all the time, I'm going to be the girl that I'm literally in my coffin at my funeral, like still trying to invite people because I'm like, I'm not done yet. And they're all, girl, you're dead. You're done, So make sure that you have that fire every single day and that you are committing to your journey, to your every single day, to your business, to your team, to those who are still out there who are going to join you. Make sure you show up for them. So that's what I have. So now I'm going to read these comments. Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm so glad you guys liked it. Good. Good, good. Just what you needed to hear. Awesome, Kim. That makes me really happy. Oh, you guys talked about it. Good. And yes, that's going to be, I bet it's going to be all, what is it, 8 of us or 7 of us on this call. We're all going to be the gray-haired ladies on the cruise. They're going to have to kick us off. But yeah, I don't know, Michaela, if you have anything else for me, if anyone has questions or whatever, I'm happy to stay on for a few minutes. But yeah, again, I know it's all stuff you guys have heard before, but I really do believe in matching it. You know, your actions have to match your intentions. So there she is. Hi.
Okay, you rock. Seriously, so good. I have like 6 pages of notes. I'm sure everybody else does too. Rockstar right there. Olivia is one of my favorite people. Like I said, her and I are joking all the time. She's someone that I voice message a lot. And she keeps me going a lot of the time too. So yeah, her and I are going to be the old ladies in the bikinis on the cruises. Everyone's going to be like shielding their eyes, and we're going to be owning it. So I'm up for it. Does anyone have any questions for her? If not, right now, she is awesome. She will answer questions. And you can follow her. She's incredible. And you'll be seeing a lot from her this year. I know you will, because she's got big goals. So
sweet. You guys are amazing.
Jumping on.
Yes, of course. I hope that you guys are able to, like I said, take something from that. I know, again, that's all stuff you've heard before. And so I always feel like, you know, what can I bring that's new? But I hope that hearing it from another, like for me, hearing it from another person, I pick out different things that I'm like, oh yeah, that's like, that totally speaks.
Totally agree. Happens all.
You're so welcome, Kim.
All right.
That makes me so happy.
Everyone, we'll let you get back to your day. Thank you for jumping on.
Thanks, guys.
And have a good day, Olivia.
Thank you guys for having me. I'll see you soon.